Okay, so today I'm going to go over how you would analyze the crystal violet data. Okay, so somehow my data analysis tool pack is not showing up at this time, but the biggest thing to remember in that is that Excel cannot recognize your different categories, so your different independent variables, unless the data is put into the Excel in just the right format. So to run the two-way ANOVA, you need to have your data organized so that your replicates are in rows and not in columns. Currently, your replicates were in columns. So to make sure this data is in the correct format, what you would need to do is select, and I'm going to go ahead and select this data set, which is just the raw numbers that we have, because they'll be easier for you to manage. Oops, Control C. And you are going to transform them. Instead of just doing a copy paste, you're going to do transform. And what this will do is it will put them in the correct format. So now all three of these are controlled, so we can merge it. Yes. And say that those are my controls. These are my taxols, right? And you can just go on and make all of them single treatments, which is what they are. They're just different replicates from that. And then your saffron. And once you have all that in the right order and in the right shape, then you can run your analysis tool pack. So since I couldn't actually see it on my computer right now, you would go to your data analysis tab, you would click on that. It's the second two-factor ANOVA with replication is what you want. And it's going to be the second one in your table or in that sheet that comes up. When you select it, it will ask you what input you want. You're going to select everything in here. You have to make sure to select the labels of your treatments and the labels for your time into your input. And then for rows, number of rows per per sample or whatever it asks, you will write 3 since you have 3 replicates. Then you'll set it up to where you want the output to be. I usually just put it on the same sheet, somewhere on the sheet, and then click go, and it will provide you with your two-way ANOVA results. Okay, so for details of that, you can look at the statistics case study to see what it looks like in the video, so you can see what you expect to see at the end of the day. Now, the two-way ANOVA results are going to give you 3 different p-values. The first one is going to be sample. Samples are right here, your treatments. So when it says a sample, your sample p-value is significant, it's basically saying that one or more of these treatments behave differently than the others, and that was a significant difference. Then when it looks at columns and gives you a significant value for that, that means that the samples behave differently over time. So just no treatment, just the fact that they were in culture over time, the cells were looking different or behaving different at 0 hour compared to 24, compared to 48 or 72. Somewhere in there, there was a difference in the way they were growing, how many there were there, all that good stuff, which obviously makes sense. And then the last value it will provide you is interaction. When you're looking at interaction, basically it's telling you that if that value is significant, indicates that depending on the treatment the cells got, they behave differently over time. So for example, if your untreated grew over time and your treatment didn't, or your treatment actually died over time, then the interaction will show significance because the two samples behave differently over the course of the treatment time period. Okay, so hopefully this helps and gives you enough information to do the analysis by yourself at this point.